Hello, everyone. It's Mobile Game Chronicles here. Welcome back to talk about Sasuke. It's gonna be episode 3. It's gonna be talking about Naoki Iketani. He was born December 1st, 1973, age 47, so he'll be 48 when Sasuke 39 comes out. These are gonna be around the very last week of the year, as usual. Um, and he's one of the competitors that competed in the early days of Sasuke, and were regularly competing until Nagano, achieved total victory, Kanzenseiha, and then off and on would compete and would dwindle in a way. He started off really well in his career. Apart from his first appearance, was kind of then again, it was his first appearance, and so yeah, it's not like he competed in the first tournament, it was brand new to him. Whereas his brother Yukio Katai competed in the first tournament, probably talk about it in another video. But yeah, Naoki Iketani, he's competed in 20 tournaments so far. I don't know if it was true if he competed in a third tournament or not, but yeah, if so, he was all cut. I heard it. I think it was on here as well. He might have competed as Sasuke 3, but because the announcer said he timed upon the first day on his last spirits, this can be shown. Oh, G4 is known for being correct at times. Okay, so this was it might have been G4 just being wrong. I'm going to say he didn't compete in Sasuke 3. So yeah, basically, first time he completed the first stage was in Sasuke 4, and then he defeated the second stage with 2.8 seconds remaining. I think if Naoki Iketani hadn't failed the speeding log in Sasuke 2, he would have likely made it to the final stage, because the same stage that he cleared in Sasuke 4, it was basically the same as Sasuke 2, and I think he would have made it. And the pipe slider had a very narrow gap, whereas Sasuke 4 you had to swing across to get to the other side basically. Um, but yeah, Naoki Iketani, that was his best stage 3 appearance. A lot of competitors I've noticed that did well back in the day. Their first attempt at stage 3 or their second attempt was usually their best, and then they just got worse, just didn't get back to what they did before, improve. Sasuke 5, he started well. However, the new Sartatsukabe, he struggled and he ultimately timed out there. Yeah, he was one of many competitors to time out there. Uh, yeah, he had good trampoline skills, but that doesn't mean that you're gonna do well on the warped wall. And that was the first time the warped wall came out anyway. And I thought he competed in the 6th tournament and failed the wrong log, but there was a time when I was much younger, I thought he competed in the 6th and 7th tournament and failed the wrong log, both times, but apparently not. He came back in Sasuke 8, however, he surprisingly failed the wrong Ruda in a tournament characterized by the heavy rain. Yeah, and then he came back and cleared stage 1 in Sasuke 9 with 2.8 seconds left. In the second stage, he struggled and started walking time down to clearing the Gyakuto conveyor, the reverse conveyor belt. And then he made it back to stage 3 in Sasuke 10, and then failed the cliffhanger, transition to the second ledge. And then in Sasuke 11, he wasn't able to get back to that spot. And then he timed out on stage 1, Sasuke 12, like every 3 tournaments, it seems like he would mess up on stage 1. Sasuke 12, he took 3 attempts to clear the warp 12, and then he tried to rush, and then he timed out on the rope climb in stage 1, and then he failed a body prop in Sasuke 13 and 14, and then because of the heat, he timed out on the warped wall in Sasuke 15. Although it may or may not have been to that, because he's had a pattern time out to work wall like that. And then, like, later on, he did that as well. But it probably was because of the heat. The Sasuke 16, this would be the last time he made it to stage 3, and then he fell to my prop. And then he never made it back to stage 3 after that. It would be a long time before he made it back to stage 2. In Sasuke 20, he failed the jumping spider. He got further than Naoki Iketani. His brother failed the log grip in Sasuke 20. And then, yeah, he didn't have traction on the spider walk portion of the jumping spider. He failed there, and then he shot the flying shoot in Sasuke 21, and then he timed out Dwarf Wall in Sasuke 22 and 24. It coming back again, And then, Sasuke 24, his brother failed the lock grip again, whereas he, timed out on a warped wall again. So, yeah. And so, let's see here. Sasuke 26, he beat stage 1 for the first time since Sasuke 16, and then he fell in the double 7 ladder, trying to make the transition to the second ladder, unfortunately. And then Sasuke 27 will be the last time he beat stage 1. He only made it halfway up the first ladder, and then, despite beating it twice before, he fell off the wrong escargot in Sasuke 28. And then he returned for 33. He fell on the rolling hill. And then in 37, he fell on the wing slider. He fell immediately after the obstacle started. Naoki Iketani. Yeah, that was pretty quickly of me going through his attempts. But yeah, if this was the early tournaments, like, and he was back in his prime, I would say he has a good shot at beating stage 1. Although, with it being renewed, it's hard to say. I don't know what the obstacles are going to be like. But Naoki Iketani is one of my top favorite veteran competitors of all time as well. He's going to be 48 in December. He's one of the hit and miss competitors. He's like Shinji Kobayashi. He could make it, he might not make it. But the thing is, like, I know Naoki Iketani, he's up there in age now. And he did well in the celebrity portion of, the auditions. And I think Naoki Iketani will compete again. And I'm thinking he'll probably wear a number in the 60s. That's my prediction. Yeah, he wore 61 and 37. I say he'll probably wear around the same number, or maybe between 61 and 65. He'll probably wear 60s again. But then again, he is a celebrity, and he's well liked, so, I mean, he could wear a higher number than 60s. He could probably wear up to the 80s, or maybe they'll give him a number, I don't think in the 90s, but I think maybe 85 tops. Probably wouldn't go past 85. Because then again, I mean, he hasn't done well recently. And I don't think he trains anymore for Sasuke. I mean, I don't know if he trained back in the day. I know he was like I think he used to be like a gymnast. Former gymnast, yeah. So, yeah, he would do a lot of exercises and such. But, yeah, Naoki Iketani, if he came back, I would have to know what the obstacles are first before I made a prediction on, how anyone would do, I would have to know ahead of time the obstacles and such. And I'll probably make a video where I make predictions on how some competitors will do, But it's really hard to predict how someone's going to do in the upcoming tournament when you have no idea what's going to be present, But yeah, Naoki Iketani, I really hope that he competes. And Well, I mean, given that his you know, his um how his performances can be like all over the place, and how his recent performances have been in 28 and 33 and 37. I mean, him getting to the as far as the wing slider, um, that being the first he's gotten in his last 3 attempts. I mean, it's hard for me to say now. But Naoki Iketani, he probably would get around in the 60s again, maybe low 70s. I'm gonna say no higher than 85 because I mean he's a celebrity, and Sasuke 28. They really, and even sometimes after that, they really gave a lot of spotlight to celebrities and such. So yeah, um, no higher than 85, between 61 and 85. But that's my prediction. I don't think any lower than 61. So yeah, between 61 and 85, that's my prediction for Naoki Iketani Sasuke 39 if he competes, which I really hope he competes. And who knows, maybe he'll clear stage 1, but I mean, I don't know. The oldest we've seen is Kimoto, whatever his name is in Sasuke 1. He wore like number 88, I think. And then he fell at Spider Walk in stage 2. I think he timed out on the free climb, the mountain climb, the final obstacle in Sasuke 2. I think he wore number 85 in that tournament. So yeah. But yeah, Naoki Iketani, I hope he comes back. And we'll see how he does, you know. But yeah, not much else for you to really say. Um, Naoki Iketani, like his performances are like all over the place and not like how he was back in the day. But yeah, I hope he competes. And I'm going to end the video before I become too much more repetitive and the video keeps on being longer. So I hope you all enjoy this. Please like, subscribe. Tell us about Game of Carlos. Peace out. Be safe. Keep on gaming and keep on rocking.